Deaf man adopts puppy who can't hear, then teaches him sign language. Nick Abbott of Maine has been deaf his whole life. So when he saw a rescue puppy advertised on the NFR Maine Facebook, he knew he needed to act. The puppy, named Emerson, was also deaf, which made Abbott feel like they were meant to be together. He contacted the organization, and the rest is history. Here is the story of the little deaf puppy and his deaf owner in what some are calling a match made in heaven. Just like humans, pets can be born or become deaf. This is especially the case with dogs, with 5 to 10% of dogs suffering from some form of deafness. And while you might think it's more difficult or even impossible to train a deaf dog, that's not usually the case. The main difference between training a hearing dog from a deaf dog is the means of communication. Whereas you train a hearing dog using audible cues, deaf dogs require the use of hand signals. Just think how much easier it must be for Abbott, who had a step up already knowing sign language. Emerson was found by NFR Maine on the streets along with his siblings. Immediately after being found, the small Labrador started to have seizures. To add insult to injury, little Emerson also contracted a case of parvo shortly after being rescued. Parvo, if not treated, can lead to stomach issues or even death. It was also discovered after his recovery that Emerson was deaf and visually impaired. At 12 weeks old, the organization had little hopes that Emerson would be adopted, but they posted about the pup on their Facebook anyway in the hope that someone would show an interest. After posting about Emerson on the NFR Maine Facebook page, NFR Maine was contacted by Nick Abbott, who was interested in meeting the Labrador puppy. Abbott felt that the puppy and he would have a special bond because they shared the same hearing difficulties. Upon arriving with his mom to meet Emerson, the two quickly developed a special bond. Emerson immediately made his way over to Abbott and lay down at his feet. A rep for the organization said that their being together was fated. Upon getting home, Abbott started to teach Emerson how to communicate using sign language that he himself uses in his everyday life. Soon the puppy was responding to Abbott's signs, including sit, lie down, and come. Abbott can even get Emerson to bark on command by reaching up and shaking his earlobe. The two quickly became inseparable, and Abbott has even created a joint Instagram account with Emerson where he posts pictures of their time together, referring to them as two deaf boys and their adventures. Here's a video detailing their special relationship between a man and his dog in more detail.